Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bazil. Welcome to WildStar Wednesday, episode 27, I think we're on. This episode is being recorded on January 13th, 2015, published January 14th, 2015. And not much in the terms of news. We did have a small patch come out yesterday morning, technically this morning at like super early AM, so whatever you want to classify that as, whenever it came out, it was early. Most of us were in bed. They fixed a few things, and one of the most significant changes that I saw from a PvP standpoint is the practice arena and practice battleground queue system has been changed. They have increased the rate of gear score queue band growth, also increased the maximum gear band from 37 to 1,000. These changes were made to increase overall queue speeds and allow all players to eventually get matched. Now, this has been something that has been needed for a while just because of the population has been really, really low. So hopefully the practice arenas will actually be worth doing and teams can start practicing and really kind of learning their compositions rather than just trying to do rated arenas and not really get anywhere. Practice battlegrounds, I hope, start popping a little bit more. Once this video goes up, I'll have tried PvP the previous night, so we'll see what happens there. I made a thread in the forums asking if anyone's noticed any difference, and the responses so far have been no, but that was early on in the morning, so we'll see what happens, and we'll see if this actually improves queue times. If it does, that's a good step in the right direction. So, yay, Carbine. The next kind of piece of news I want to talk about real quick is the Townhall is still on schedule. We don't know when the date is effectively yet, but Tony did email me back saying that he has one more meeting with the developers on Thursday, and he's going to give me a list of dates and times on Friday. So we will have the date and time hopefully set by this coming Monday, and it probably won't be this next week since I'm going to PAX South, and it'll most likely be in February, which is fine because Tony did say in his original email it would probably be around February or end of January. And since I can't do end of January, probably the beginning of February, which is not a big deal. At least it's happening. At least this thing's going to get off the ground, so that's really, really encouraging. Again, thank you so much to Tony and the rest of the developers willing to take out time to actually do this with the community. It really means a lot. The next thing I want to go over is rated arenas and just the absurd amount of things that we're trying to do to keep everyone alive in the whole scene. Right now, my guild is doing arenas internally. We're not advertising it, mainly because we have a lot of people that have a ton of wanting to do arenas, but they're getting extremely frustrated with all the 1,800 teams that are queuing on our previously announced previously announced arena nights. And we decided that it would be best to do these internally. And no, it's not win trading. We are forming set teams, queuing up, and gaining rating or losing rating during the night. We've geared a couple of people out to some significant gear changes, so that's really good. It's starting to work, and unfortunately, the gear gap is still a very big problem. I know there's going to be a lot of people that disagree with me, but honestly, it's a big deal. Datascape gear into having PvP gear, it just makes certain classes ridiculously powerful, especially the weapons from the higher end bosses are just insane and just give so much attack power. And I really feel that if we are going to do a PvP change, that PvE gear should not be allowed in arenas. Blizzard did this, and it was a very, very good decision. I remember going into arenas with Warglaives of Azeroth and just destroying people because the amount of attack speed and damage that I could do on my rogue was just insane. So that's why Blizzard changed it. That's why a lot of other MMOs don't allow at the competitive rated level don't allow PvE gear to be in the PvP setting. It's one of the reasons that resilience was introduced, and one of the reasons that Carbine kind of has to stay on top of the PvP defense stat, because if they're going to allow PvP or PvE gear in the PvP setting, they're going to have to add some new stat or triple the defense on things, because it's really frustrating to get into really anywhere and just get insta-gibbed by people, because the gear difference is just insane. And my biggest problem is the gear difference is there and it is real, and people that deny it just are fooling themselves, and that's really frustrating. I've talked to a lot of people that will have agreed with me, and a lot of people that have disagreed with me. So it'll be interesting to get Carbine's opinions on the gear gap. And yeah, I'm slightly still optimistic, and my biggest concern is waiting 5 to 6 months for changes. If that happens, I probably won't stay sub to the game until that patch comes out, or that drop, whatever they're calling it, just because I don't want to just waste my time and really just kind of dragging my feet like I have been for the last few months. Again, the only reason I'm still playing is because my guild is so awesome, and they're just a really great community. So we're going to try doing some other things to try and just kind of keep our guild in the PvP area, in the PvP scene. War plots are getting a little bit better, but again, we're so behind in gear. Most of the Dominion guilds have win traded, unfortunately, and a lot of that is really kind of impactful, even on rated battlegrounds. You know, we'll take newer players in there, or players that really kind of play on a casual level but really enjoy PvP, and we just get stomped because everyone has 1800 gear, and we're in 1200s and 1500s, and a few of us have 1800s, but the difference is really a big problem. So hopefully we get some answers from Carbine soon. I'm really looking forward to the Townhall, and hopefully this new Q-pop change will kind of give more players a chance to PvP. I really hope this affects the lower levels, because I'd really like to level just through PvP again, because that was a blast and a lot of fun. Really kind of teaches you how to PvP with your class. So that's going to be all, guys. Again, if you guys are going to PAX South, I will mainly be at the Gigantic booth. Just found out that is going to be pretty much in proximity to the Twitch and Intel booth, which is huge. That's really cool. I don't think WildStar is going to make a presence at PAX South, which is really kind of disappointing. But in all fairness, their game is not really at that point where they can kind of publicize it. Drop 4 comes out, I think there'll be a good spot for the next PAX event, and the next kind of few more publicity stunts. So that's it. That's all, guys. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, and or evening. See you guys in Nexus and Guard.